is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
You know the saying, stay hungry, stay humble.
BoxingVoice.com. BoxingVoice.com.
All the guys want, I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. You done bust your ass like Mayweather. I was trying to fight every.
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
BoxingVoice.com.
No matter what nobody say, man. Spirit, nobody fuck with, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar over. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
BoxingVoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for 300 million, and I made 350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on the app.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and good morning, TBV. We are back with another one. First and foremost, I need to tell you I need all my TBV Nation to stand up and to support me. Today, 1 o'clock, I've been given the call. The bat signal's been put in the sky. Nestor Gibbs will be co-hosting Fight Nation on SiriusXM. I'll be taking the slot of Barack, the boxing bully. He suffered a death in the family and cannot be at the SiriusXM studios. And they've called me to co-host with my good friend Akeem Reyes, a.k.a. Ak. So I'm excited, and I'm asking all my listeners to obviously join in on the fun at 1 p.m. I'll be hosting for about an hour in SiriusXM studios, talking some boxing, and I know we'll be taking calls. So check your local listings for SiriusXM Fight Nation, the Ak and Barack Show. Ness, your boy, will definitely be hosting. Toasty! Yes, sir. But today we're back because, as Bob Arum says, the plan is for Wilder Fury 3 to take place July 18th, the MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas. But outside of that, we have some information that I wanted to, bring up with the group. Stephen A. Smith poses the question, does Deontay Wilder have a chance to beat Tyson Fury in the Trilogy? And I'm adding in that Fury's already back in the gym on social media. As you can see on our overlay, he's already back in the gym 4 hours ago. He posted Mario.
Because I give my take, you give your take, they give their take, and, we stay family.
Yeah, man, you give your take, I give mine, and kind of like first take now, right? Let's see what our good friend Stephen A. Smith had to say. He's very animated, and that's why his quotes usually make headlines. Good for boxing in a way, I believe. But let me go to this.
Breakdown. First of all, I think that, how can I put this? I think your breakdown is fair, but in the same breath, I think you're sort of being unfair to Wilder. Let me explain.
I just want to pause it. Obviously, copyright purposes, we can't just flow through ESPN's audio. They broadcast this on national television, so it would be an issue. But I just want to stop it there for a second because, I don't think Max is the only one guilty of being unfair to Wilder. But I'm guilty of being unfair to Anthony Joshua, so I understand the energy. I thought Joshua needed to rebuild. I recommended Joshua not go into the immediate rematch. So I get all the reciprocated energy for Wilder.
Wilder is a knockout artist. I believe that he'd probably lose the second. You know, if depending on when he fight. I thought if he took a break, let Tyson Fury fight Anthony Joshua for first take on the winner. I think he needs more time to recover from what happened.
Does he need more time to recover? I mean, since the 22nd, I think we've been talking about this, or is it 28th? Yes, it was the 20th. We've been talking about this back and forth. Should he take a tune-up? Should he go rebuild? Should he do the immediate rematch? Is it right? Is it wrong? And look, regardless of what we thought, it's happening in July, but I think it's still a very valid point. Is it too soon?
To him. You could see him on social media. You talk about the king, and your king is here, and, you know, I'll be back to reclaim my crown and all of that stuff. And to do something so immediate, I think could potentially be a mistake. I wouldn't favor him to beat Tyson Fury, but I got love for Deontay Wilder. Let me say this.
I mean, the betting lines have already come out. Tyson is pretty much the favorite. Going into the fight, he was maybe minus 114, minus 120 on fight night. They both ended up being minus money, so it evened out. Going into this third fight, Tyson is a plus 200, Wilder is a minus 200. So the lines are still pretty tight, which gives me as a Wilder fan confidence that the betting lines, the odds makers, don't have it overwhelmingly lopsided due to the manner in which Deontay Wilder lost. So they are factoring some things that obviously we are not. Most UK fans probably have Wilder, Fury a 5-1, 4-1, due to the manner in which Tyson got the win.
Here's a couple of things I think you're taking into consideration and why I think you're not being fair to Wilder. Number one, you acknowledge that he's improved his boxing. That's what you said. Teddy Atlas said he can't box, really. He can
He's
slug,
an underrated boxer, actually.
Okay, but that's what you say.
Yeah.
That's what you say. Fair enough.
And that's the thing. Everyone was saying that, bro. Oh, he's gotten better. Look at the way he throws his right hand. It was picture perfect with Brazil. Look at his patience with Ortiz. Now, all of a sudden, Mayweather said it too. IFL released the rest of the video, and Mayweather was like, yo, you could be up one day. Look at Deontay Wilder. He was on the top, and he took a loss, and everybody's shitting on him. You know what I mean? So you could be up one day and down the next.
Okay, so we have to take that into consideration. We also have to take into consideration the level of focus and seriousness that he has, because if you drop a dude twice in the first fight and you almost put him to sleep in the 12th round of that first fight, you come into the second fight, dare I say, a little bit too cocky.
I agree. I think that it was like, yo, if I touch him, he going down. All I got to do is touch him earlier. And I worried about that. I questioned that with co-hosts and listeners. Will there be a plan B? Are they going to do round by round instead of I'm going for the knockout? Because round by round, at least you're stacking those rounds up. You're stacking those rounds up. Shout out to Wilder, just text me for the next show. Oh my God, I wanted to do that next show immediately, but we got to do the Sirius XM. But that next show is going to be fire. Some great breaking news that I got for you straight from the champ. Can't release it on this show, man. After Sirius XM at 1 p.m. Eastern time, New York City time, which means that's around 10 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Central, and that makes it 11 o'clock Mountain time. Come out and support your boy. You never know what doors this opportunity can open. Maybe TBV gets syndicated. Maybe they give us that Sirius XM satellite signal and we get to stay right here. Because, honestly, I want to always do my own thing and talk as freely. Sirius, stop it, Siri. You're getting involved in my conversation. I want to always talk as freely as I want. I always want to ruffle the feathers and get people pissed off and then make them come back. The other day, bro, someone I thought we would never talk again reached out to me. We both apologize and we moving on. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. The show goes on and, no doors should be ever closed in life. You know what I mean? You always got to leave those things open. You never know what opportunities come. Sirius XM, Fight Nation, Akin Barak Show, The Sweet Scientist, your boy Nesta Gibbs co-hosting. Catch me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO for any updates on that. Back to the audio.
A little bit too aloof, thinking that you could, you gonna walk through this dude and you gonna take him out. Even after losing a fight, what did Deontay Wilder say? He didn't hurt me, my legs were just going or whatever. None of us are buying it because we saw what happened. We're sitting ringside, but nevertheless, that's what he says. We got to take that into consideration in the.
Do we really take that into consideration? I mean, I've heard plenty of experts say, look, it's a legitimate excuse, but it's something that he shouldn't have said. I'm wondering, how much different is Wilder now in this third fight? Is there no ring walk? Is there no costume? Like, a lot has been said, so what will be changed? What will be changed? I know one huge thing that's going to be changed if everything goes well, and we'll be talking about that later on today. Today's not Thursday, so we're good, right? Is today Thursday? Oh, shit.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Damn, so I guess that's going to be the title of the fucking flagship. Son of a bum. All right. So, yeah, man, listen, Wilder Fury 3, Stephen A. Smith. I mean, you've heard the audio. I've kind of talked through it a little bit, given my thoughts. What do you think of Stephen A. Smith's, I guess, direct conversation to Max Kellerman, kind of coming down on Max, saying he was too hard on Wilder, and that he does give Wilder a chance to win, but he's not picking him.
Yeah, look, I agree 100% with that. Look, we all know that he's got a chance to win. How? Because he almost fucking won the first fight. Like, this is crazy to be talking like Deontay Wilder. Somebody called in yesterday. I don't even want to repeat this, but I'm going to because it was so crazy. He said by the end of the year, Deontay Wilder would be nothing but a journeyman. That's fucking nuts. Like, what are we talking about here? This is fucking stupid. But I will say this, though. I don't even remember. I can't remember who it was. It was a UK caller, yeah. But look, is it too soon? I think so. But I know for a fact, this is not a Mario fact, this is a real fact, that it was too soon to make the decision to come out and make the statement that and to officially accept that rematch. He should have just taken a few weeks. You know what I mean? Because basketball players talk about playing during a season and still having the loss of the playoffs from last year in their mind throughout the entire season until they get to the playoffs, goddammit. And so, it's one of those things where you don't want to make this decision right off the bat. Now, here's the thing. I went to college, but they didn't teach me anything useful like contracts and negotiations. That would have been very helpful instead of, lit. But I don't know how long you have to make a decision in this process. And I'm sure it's different every time. But I guarantee you he had more than a week or two to make this decision, to let them know if he was going to go through with it. Look, you had Eddie Hearn waiting in the wings. He's just sitting there like a fucking gargoyle looking at the top like, what's Wilder going to do? What's he going to do? Are we going to make Joshua Fury? What's he going to do? With Pulev on the side, and he's just got Dillings and White and all this stuff going down, right? It was too soon to make the decision. I think right now, all he wants is that get back. And I get that because I've been in fights too. And I've been fucked up. And I've been like, man, I want to fuck this dude up. And then weeks pass, months pass. I'm like, I should have got my ass beat. Why was I talking trash in the club like a fool? Like, that's so stupid. So, and obviously that's completely different. This man's a trained athlete and he's one of the best athletes in the world. So that's not, the same thing, but I get the fury. I get the intensity. I get the heat that builds up in your chest where you want to let that go, and it seeps through your fingernails how bad you want that get back. Even in a pickup basketball game, when I lose, I'm like, man, fuck this. I want that get back. Where y'all three going? Stay y'all's ass on the court. But look, he was obviously hurt. Okay, no question about it. He was obviously hurt. Here's the one thing going for Wilder that people don't that nobody says, because we keep talking about how he got stopped, how he got knocked out, how he lost, how he quit. I mean, all these people keep saying that. He never listen. The one thing that you can say is Fury never did take him out. Fury never did take him to that breaking point where he said where Wilder himself said, "I've had enough." He never stopped Wilder. He never finished that fight in Wilder's mind. And that confidence is enough to spark something in training camp, something in your, in your preparation.
Mario Monguia, did we lose you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I accidentally hit the mute button. Look, that the fact that he did not get stopped isn't enough to believe that Wilder is going to come in and win the fight. But it is certainly enough for Wilder to have that. I can't think of the word, but it's definitely enough for his confidence to at least rebuild slowly. And that's why I thought it would be great if he waited a year.
Mario, make sure you're on Ethernet. We lost you there at waited a year.
Okay. Okay.
You never know. It could be me, man. Remember, they've been doing some, working on the internet this week. I think it was Monday and Tuesday. But I do want to play some audio, man. Very moving audio.
You're the best fighting man I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
Maybe I should give you some context. So this is the phone call between Tyson Fury and his father immediately after the Deontay Wilder fight. And obviously BT recording it from the UK and, ESPN and Fox recording it from the US. And they were able to merge both sides of the call. Check this out.
You're the best fighting man I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
I was too strong for him, Dad. I was 40 pound heavier than him.
What a masterclass.
Everyone was thinking, what's he doing at this high weight? 272 pounds. I was 19 stone 14, like, solid.
Did it look good on the telly? It was the best I've ever seen in my life. You couldn't write it. You've done it. You've equalled Muhammad Ali's achievements, but let me tell you, son, it was...
He said he equaled Muhammad Ali achievement, and you know what? I'm not even gonna knock that, man. If that's what John Fury believes, I thought Wilder was one of the greatest heavyweights in the world, and I still think he is. So what Tyson did is amazing. Not to mention, factoring in the Vlad win and the Derek Chisora wins and the Christian Hammond win. I mean. And even the Valine win, right? At this point, Valine is looking like a top contender. Fury's life changed, man, with one win.
Performance. I'm still shaking. Listen, take your care. Love your son. Well done. Take the best of care. God bless you. Thank you.
Amazing call between father and son. John Fury got Fury into boxing, and proud father. And this is the audio from Tyson Fury 4 hours ago.
Morning. Back in the gym. Back on it. Take it easy. God bless.
So it's not as audible as I would have loved, but he says back in the gym, back on it, taking it easy. And I thought it was important to show that he's back in the gym because we have seen Fury kind of fade out of the focus when he achieves something as great as he's achieved. So when he beat Vlad, it was like, yo, I've did all I need to do, and he went on a binge, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to see that happen to him this time. I didn't want to see him reach the mountaintop and once again think like, yo, I defeated them. I've slayed the dragon. Now, once again, it's time for me to go vacation and party because we had heard those headlines. We had heard him say, after the win, hookers, all that stuff, cocaine. And I'm glad to see that wasn't his route.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always scary when you have a fighter like that. When you have a fighter who has a history like that. And so I agree with you 100%. Honestly, I'm so glad that he's back. He looked really healthy. He was on that UK.
Damn, I don't know what's up. Is it Mario or is it me? Because
about the 40 pounds.
Yeah, I know, Mario. Don't worry about it. Whenever you notice, again, it could be me, it could be you, but it seems like on my end it's still going. Are you on Ethernet?
I'm on Ethernet,
okay.
and I
be me, man.
Bars.
It might be me. Like I said, I was on the line with the cable company twice this week, but we'll just work through it. Do apologize for any service interruptions, ladies and gentlemen. This is show business, and this is a self-produced show. So that means that we put this fine production on ourselves from our own dime. So there's going to be some hiccups. That being said, these fine co-hosts are here because not only do you love them, but because all our Patreon family helps to support and keep them here daily. Don't forget to join our Patreon page, ensuring that both Michael Gross, the boss in Indiana, and Mario Munguia from Corpus Christi are here to have that balance. You know, have that balance. It's important to have that balance. And I think that's what Mario and Mike bring, or else it would just be an all-out Ness loves Danny, Keith, and Deontay show, right? But, yeah, man, Mario, don't look so surprised, man. Like I said, it's probably one of those days where the service is choppy. We're going to have to deal with it. It is what it is. What's your thoughts on Fury being back in the gym? Like, I made a lot about it, and you know, I questioned, not questioned, but I brought up the mental illness and why I'm happy to see him back in the gym, because he himself says that the gym keeps him sane. The gym keeps him in line.
Yeah, no, I think that it's great because when you have a fighter like that has shown those kind of tendencies, that is, you know, climbed the mountaintop and supposedly won the game of life, and then they go in excess and things like that happen, it's very dangerous. You know, guys like Andy Ruiz, guys like, well, I was going to say Chris Ariola, but he's never reached the mountaintop. You know, there are guys out there in the history of boxing and sports in general that have done that. To debate, so it's good.
Not to debate or take your topic anywhere, but I think Ariola's made it to the mountaintop. He just hasn't been able to get over the top or
a good point.
Or slay the dragon at the top of the mountain. But he's had, three title challenges?
Yeah, 3. Yeah, and they span over, I think, almost a decade. So that's impressive. So I want to see Fury back in the ring, and I love seeing him healthy and happy. I mean, this is a dude I've always been a fan of since NBC Sports. I just love seeing him, even before that, but I just love seeing him. I always wanted him to be in America. Always thought he was going to be a star. Wasn't sure at the time if he was he would be the number 1 heavyweight in the world, but he certainly is today, in my opinion. And so, you know, I hope we keep seeing that stuff. I hope we keep seeing, you know, this version of Fury, and I believe that he is, you know, fully rehabilitated is probably not a great word to use, but I'm going to use it because I can't think of any other word right now. So I think Fury is fully rehabilitated and he's ready. And that's
use
the
his
most
word.
dangerous part of that third fight.
Born again is his word.
Born again,
right?
born again. There you go. I was trying to
the
think
rebirth.
He says it all
the
time.
rebirth of Tyson Fury. You know, the shenanigans that he used to do or a thing of the past. I mean, if anything that you know, he still has that charismatic nature of him. You know, dancing in his underwear, having a good time. That's still Fury. But I guess you're siding with Stephen A, right? Like, you know, you're giving him a chance, but you're picking Fury.
I am, and not only am I siding with Stephen Fury, but I'm also siding with Max from a few weeks ago, or actually a month ago, when he had talked about Wilder becoming a better boxer. Now, here's the thing. I'd seen him developing his jab more and more, and that was always the thing that I had questioned. I still don't think it's a very good jab. I still don't like his footwork very much. I still don't think he's a great boxer. I do believe he is an improved boxer, and you know how I know that for a fact, how that's not a Mario fact and that's a real fact? Because he did everything he was supposed to do when he got hurt against Fury. Fury couldn't get him out of there. Fury had no way of closing that show at that moment. I'm not saying he wouldn't close that show at some point, but now we'll never know, which I'm glad we'll never know. But Wilder survived, not because Fury let him, but because Wilder dug deep, pulled out skill, pulled out certain strategies that boxers, not fighters, boxers use in serious fights like that, when they're in serious trouble. He held at the right moments. He repositioned. He spent around. He was dictating Fury's momentum. That's high level shit that I could never in a million years pretend to understand fully. But I do know that he was. in the offensive side of it, but he was boxing in the defensive side of it. And to me, that was always what I questioned more than anything else. Offensively, if he's not the best boxer, who gives a shit? He's strong as fuck. Like, he's going to fight his game. It would be great if you were a great boxer or if you developed your boxing skills, which he has to a certain extent. But the fact that he survived shows more to me than a lot of his other knockouts early in his career.
So, bro, the elephant in the room is this glove scandal. No major, I don't know, because I haven't Googled it since the last time I Googled it. But going into this third fight, do you think that we'll see a visual or verbal or print, like headline, some sort of indication that there is some worry of the gloves? Like, meaning, do two people show up for the hand wrapping and the glove? You know, does something get said in the press conference? Do they have specific gloves? Remember, Fury was able to use his UK gloves. Do they now use the same sponsored gloves? We've seen that a lot of time where, like, if you fight Floyd, you got to use his gloves. Do you think anything comes from this? Because I think a lot of people have seen and heard the speculation. And I'm wondering, is it going to get brought up?
No, not at all. To answer it short, because it's ridiculous. And no major outlet has touched on it. Wilder himself, from last night, searching as much as I could through social media and other various searching tools, has he even talked about it? You know, this is the man that talked about a 40-pound suit. Okay, he wouldn't let this go if it was a real thing. This is not a real thing. It won't affect them at all.
Well, I mean, put yourself in his shoes, though. If he came out with another excuse, it would go down. It would go down as another excuse. So you can't really say that he doesn't feel this way, or that, you know, people don't feel this way. I'm just saying, like, you know, enough's enough in terms of saying why you lost. At some point, people are going to start to look at you in disgust if you keep bringing up reasons.
Or you could look at it like, you know, he had first made this excuse that nobody had even thought of and came out of left field. Now he could make an excuse that a lot of people are starting to believe.
But to hear you.
I'm sorry. Okay, so what I was saying was this glove scandal, let me tell you what it really is. It is a sign of the time at all, a thing. This is what the real problem is social media, is Twitter, is people. People are the real problem with this. This everybody has it as an opinion. And
boxing scene has an article with a former world champion, multiple division. Who?
Is it Groves?
It is Groves.
I saw that earlier.
And he's from the UK. And his quote is, "You can't dispute." And for those that don't know what can't means, cannot dispute that the glove isn't translate to is not on properly. This is a fighter. This is a fighter that puts on the gloves. This is not a podcaster that pretends to be a fighter every couple of months on Border Wars. This is a fighter. And I quote, further quote, "They've broken it down frame by frame and the glove isn't on properly. The guy says it's being done on purpose and he's hitting Wilder with a bare fist, but the footage is from the first fight, so you can't say that was the difference in the second fight. Fury has that kind of style where he flicks his shots, so it is bizarre. For me, it wouldn't be of benefit because you're much more likely to damage your hand and wrist if you don't punch properly from the start. He doesn't actually sit on his shots. He doesn't throw his right hand like Deontay Wilder. Sometimes they are palm facing and have that slap effect." So I don't know. End quote there. You know, he got more, but I want to bring you in. I mean, this is a fighter, and this was one Google search. I could backspace and see how many. I mean, this was boxing, so I clicked it. I'm like, okay, I fuck with boxing scene.
Yeah, I hear you, and Groves is definitely a respected name in the sport for sure. I don't know. Listen, if anybody's got that Rick and Morty technology and can take me back to that day, sure, let's go check it out. But until then, I'm sorry, man. There's just too many commissioners. There's too many people that know every trick in the book. Tricks that Tyson Fury's camp probably have never even thought of. These men have seen. And look, could the glove have slid? Could it have been a really shitty?
That's
wrapping?
exactly
I've
what
been
he
in that
says.
Situation. Sure, okay, but then there's no insistence on cheating. There is no that's not a cheating thing. That's something that happens. Maybe he got an advantage from it, sure, but it sure as fuck didn't help him in that 12th round. I'll tell you that. It didn't help him get up, and it sure as hell didn't help him keep his fucking right hand up.
All I'm saying is I think this gets brought up in negotiations, in the glove meeting, wherever, with the commissions for the second fight. And I think so because, look, boxing scene, last time I spoke to the former owner, Rick Reno, they were doing like 27 million hits a day. So, you don't want to fuck with boxing scene. Like, there's too many people going there. An article on there, Why do you think Dillian White took out the lawyers? Because boxing scene's reach is very, it goes. It reaches very far. So Dillian White had to react with lawyers. You know what I mean? But here's another one from Jeff Mayweather, who reveals, the title says, Jeff Mayweather reveals flaw in Tyson Fury glove conspiracy. Theory versus Deontay Wilder. Let's see if we could get a quote here from Jeff. He says, all that garbagey. Let's see here. All right, now we have no pop-ups. He says, I don't think it's true because once you come out of the center of the ring, referees check your gloves, Mayweather told the Mayweather channel. You're being watched by the commission in the dressing room, so you can't get away with too much. I mean, people have got away with doing things that are really bad. But ever since then, they've been very strict, so I don't think it can happen. I'm going to assume he's talking about Margarito and Margarito getting caught and then things getting strict. Back to the quote. It had to happen in his corner if it happened. Don't get me wrong. I watched the same video you watch, and it did look awkward. And it did look like his hands weren't in the glove like they were supposed to be. Now, I want to end quote there and just say this is a trainer, declarated trainer. A person with pedigree, a former fighter, relative of one of the best in the world.
Probably has wrapped thousands of hands.
Probably has wrapped thousands of hands. Thank you. I'll keep going here once I find this again because. All right, where are we? It says they weren't in the gloves the way they were supposed to be. Asked if Fury hands not being inside the gloves would benefit him. Okay, so they asked him if Fury hands not being inside the gloves would benefit. He says, it's a benefit. Every time you're hitting someone with your fist as opposed to the glove, the damage is going to be a whole lot worse. What I saw, it looked like his hands were turned where the open part is. His hands have wrap on them, but that protects his hand. But the impact of the punch when you get hit with just wraps as opposed to getting hit with gloves is very effective. Even though I seen the video, it looked that way, but I don't think so. It's someone trying to justify Wilder losing. So even after all that great information, he still does not, even when he's saying what I'm seeing looks bad, it doesn't look right, he still believes it's just an excuse. Crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel the same way. Like, I've seen the video. It looks awkward. It looks strange. But I also watched the rest of the fight. And I can tell you that I could, if you want, we could do a Patreon only. I could break down. That's the whole reason why I kind of just blow this out, because I watched the fight. You know, I've been watching boxing long enough. I might not be, Max Kellerman or Tyson Fury or anybody with, lineage in the sport. But I've been watching long enough to know when a fighter is winning and when a fighter is doing incredible things in the ring that cannot be duplicated by most human beings. And that's what that's what he did on both those nights. Tyson Fury is one of the best, if not the best heavyweight in the world. If he had an advantage, I don't think he planned it. I don't think he tried. I don't think that was anything that was out of his hands. But that advantage was tantamount to a drop in a bucket of a full fucking 12 gallons of just badass fury, and he went in there, and that's all it ever was. It's only a drop in the bucket. He had so many other strengths those 2 nights.
Absolutely, man. Listen, I'm going to go back to the quote. They asked Jeff Mayweather if Wilder is right to activate his rematch clause. Mayweather replied, I think that Wilder shouldn't take the fight right away. There are some things he needs to sharpen up. You always say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but in this sport you can. You can always learn. I think someone has to work on his fundamentals more, so there's more than just power. End quote. So that was fitting with our story. Obviously, Stephen A. Smith kind of feels like Jeff Mayweather. There's a lot of people that don't think that Wilder should take this immediate rematch. Now, again, Anthony Joshua was in a similar situation where people were recommending that he not take the rematch, that he get new trainers, and he was able to get his titles back. Now, he did leave a sour taste in people's mouth because of the way that he fought. Do you believe that Wilder, wins a boring fight? Does he do a Bermain Stavern? Not that he can, just for, argument's sake, we're imagining this. But, can he fight will he get credit if he fought in the style of AJ?
I think he will. I think he should. I'll put it that way. But no, I don't, unfortunately, because of Twitter and how Twitter every day continues to lower my expectation of human beings. No, I don't think he will. But I do really quick want to say, look, the Andy Ruiz fight happened, when was it? It was in June. And then they came back in December. So that was about a 6-month break. So from February, and let's just call it even March at this point. They fought on the last day. No. They fought the week before February ended. So you got March, April, May, June, July, 5 months. That's not a huge difference. So I think he could do it. I think it might not be the biggest mistake, especially if he's using that aspect of the camp to, like, if he's got that in the back of his mind and it's motivation. That said, I hope he does come out and fight a more reserve fight. I'm not going to call it boring, but I hope he does fight a more reserve fight. I do. I hope he is patient. I hope he sits on his punches. I hope that he picks punches. You know what I mean? But if he were to come out and bore us with a 12-0 win, or even if Fury did that, I would be shocked. I would be very surprised if this fight isn't as exciting as the first 2 fights were. These guys are combustible. These guys are elements in an extremely dangerous explosion. So I think they could fight 10 times. They could fight in their fucking 80s, and they would absolutely 100% bless us with a classic each and every time. I just don't think they have it in them. With Joshua, it's so much different. There were things that Ruiz didn't do to him. There were things that Ruiz did to him, but there were things that Joshua did to himself to stifle himself in that first fight. And he needed to correct that. With Wilder, he has everything it takes to beat Fury. He has it. It's one punch. And if he lands it, it's over. If it's not over, Fury gets up, the fight has changed. The dynamic has changed. And so this doesn't need to be a rebuilding thing for Wilder at all. People make it so dramatic. This is a simple case of training hard for a fight, going in there with confidence but not cockiness, understanding your opponent, and having a strategy that can win on fight night, and also a backup plan that could win on game night, and a contingency for the contingency on fight night. That's a prepared fighter. That's a world champion. That's what they do every single time they enter the ring. And Wilder does that, he has a chance to win. Now the title of the video is, do you think he's going to win, or does he have a chance to win? No, I don't. Does he have a chance? Absolutely. Do I pick him? No, I don't. I think Fury is just great. Would I pick Wilder against almost any other heavyweight? Absolutely. He beats Pulev. He beats Povetkin. He beats, I could go down the whole list. There are only two people in my mind right now, this moment, Joshua and Fury. That's it. I'm not going to bring up a cruiserweight yet, but we'll talk about that when he starts having a few more fights. But right now, those are the only two guys that I think can beat Wilder, and I would pick against Wilder. But Wilder is the third, in my opinion, the third best heavyweight in the world.
So,
he searches Ruiz too, by the way.
So another conspiracy theory excuse is Fury didn't knock out Ottawa Valine. He's never demonstrated this type of power before. But even though I think that's slightly true, if you go through his box rec, every time he weighed in heavy, he got a stoppage. Wilder 273, TKO 7. Ottawa Valine 254, unanimous decision. Tom Schwartz 263.5, knockout. Deontay Wilder 256, decision. Francesco Pianeta 250, decision. Safari 276, knockout. Vlad light again 247, decision. Hammer 260, heavy again, knockout. Chisora 264, heavy again, knockout. Abel 274, heavy again, knockout. Cunningham light, got dropped in that fight at 250 because he was light, but he still got the knockout. But he suffered adversity being light. Same thing with Deontay Wilder. When he fought Wilder, he was light. He suffered adversity with 2 knockdowns. Kevin Johnson, again, 248, light. No knockout. No knockout. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, Vinny Maldalone, he got the knockout at 245, but, some people are just club fighters. You know what I'm saying? And then you get earlier into his career, my theory doesn't make that much sense. But again, when you're early into your career, you're getting rounds, you're learning. He didn't come in. Remember, he started very early too, so he didn't come into his mastering. But it does look like if he puts on weight, he puts on power. No one's ever stopped Christian Hammer. He was one of the first to stop Chisora. Obviously, the first to stop Wilder. The first to stop Tom Schwartz. I don't know that people can say he doesn't have any power. And in that audio clip talking with him and his dad, he said it. I was 40 pounds heavier than him.
Yo, we got some super chats, but I can't see them.
All right, I'll go to them right now. But
okay.
What do you think about that weight theory?
Foolish, I guess.
So you don't think when he puts on the pounds, he puts on the power?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Your weight theory. Yes, absolutely. You're 100% right. There is documented evidence of it. Actually, as you were saying it, I was looking through the box rec and I was like, wow, he's calling every single one of these. But as far as, talking about him, what I thought was bullshit was the fact that we're talking about what he's done in the past and who he couldn't take out versus what he did in the second fight. Like there's some sort of correlation. There is absolutely zero correlation between that. We've seen Fury. Look, the punches that hurt the most are the ones that you don't see coming. And Fury has that ability to sneak punches in quicker, without as much power. But they still land in a devastating manner because they're not seen as well. They're coming from angles a lot of times, and not a lot of times, but definitely he fights from trying to get as many shots in as possible. And you're always going to connect at some point. So Fury's not this guy who's going to go and walk a guy down, and that's evident by what happened in the Wilder fight. Wilder did not get stopped. Wilder did not get knocked out. Wilder did not quit, and I commend him for that. I don't think it's smart from a, mental standpoint, from a physical standpoint, from a physiological standpoint, but I do think it's commendable. I do think it's heroic, and I do think at the end of the day, he used boxing skill, which he's been most criticized for in his career, to do it.
All right, let me get to these super chats. Kieran Betts says from the UK, I think Wilder will walk to the ring next time in flip-flops and a pair of mesh shorts. Ness, just to be safe. Okay. Joseph says, and just as Joseph Bellamy, the second, thanks for all the work y'all put in. Well, thank you for appreciating that. We got Big Super Mex saying, so if this glove thing is true, then why didn't Fury get Wilder out of there? He was ready to go in the 5th round. Shouldn't Fury have slept him?
Exactly. Great point.
And then we got D Grader, or no, the Gate, D Gate Jr., D Gate Jr. I don't know. Next, check the DM Insta. All right, gotcha, champ. So those are the super chats. Let me refresh one more time. We're gonna go out to these callers and get your thoughts on this. Remember, we're talking Stephen A. Smith. We're talking a little bit of everything. Everything Wilder 3's fights happening July 18th, MGM Grand Garden Arena. It's going down. Are you going to be there? What's your prediction? All that good stuff.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Javier Caputillo. I hope this is Javier Caputillo, the trainer and shit. Thanks for letting us use your gym in 2017. He says he can't fight like AJ. AJ was the taller man. Wilder has to bring more pressure, move his waist more, and shorten the distance, and come in throwing punches, not just looking for one shot. Good show, TBV. Well, thank you, Mr. Caputillo. Yeah, let's go back out to these sponsors and stuff like that.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you're just joining us. Future, present, past, it doesn't matter. Helps with the visibility of the show. It's going to ensure we keep getting these big name guests on the show and bringing you your boxing entertainment. We're going to get to our boomerangs, masterminds, and ringers in order, and then we'll get out to all the other callers. Don't forget the number to call in is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation from anywhere in the world. Good morning to everyone. Get your thoughts in order because we are out of here early, so we're on drive-by mode.
You know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all.
I'm a gorilla, I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a gorilla.
The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from Derek.
It can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing him. You want to bet on?
You bet 100,000 on that.
Let's bet $1 million.
Easy. Let's bet $1 million.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Topic of discussion: does Wilder stand a chance in the rematch? Correct.
Yes.
Exactly. I think we was set back with our emotions by what happened, never being imagined that it could happen. I definitely, he's showing the traits and the confidence, and he also said none of the injuries was substantial, so he can go back into training camp. I do believe that he got the mental discipline. He just got to go ahead and put himself in the right situation, make the right adjustments, the small adjustments going forward.
Cut it, cut it.
Going to Big Supermax Mastermind. Remember this drive-by. The reason we're on drive-by is because I have been asked to co-host Fight Nation, SiriusXM, the Akin Barak Show. So I will be the co-host of Akin Reyes, a.k.a. Ak, the duo of the Sweet Scientist with Akin Barak on Dazn and SiriusXM. Unfortunately, Barack Bliss, a.k.a. the Boxing Bully, suffered a death in the family and cannot be there. So they called me to co-host, so I'm asking all my listeners to come out and support. Check out SiriusXM at 1 p.m. Eastern, and that's 11 a.m., I guess, Pacific Standard Time, and that's 12 p.m. Central, and what does that make it? So that makes it, what, 10, 11, Mountain? I don't know. If you're from Mountain, you should, check your local listings. Fight Nation on SiriusXM. Your boy's co-hosting. Help me open up these doors.
BoxingVoice.com.
Oloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo es la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, man, shout out to you for that, bro. I just want to say, you can't compare this to the agent.
Oh man, you're a mastermind, and you know we love you. But that whatever you're on, that shit sound like you're inside of a can. We're gonna go back to you. We got Trey in the Bay with the boomerang.
Yeah, man. Wilder could win, man. I don't know. Everybody acting like he's just some super bum now because he lost to Fury. Like, come on, man. Get out of here. That's my first call.
All right, Trey. Well, you already know. Thank you for the support. Trey barely uses her calls. She's just supporting TBV with her boomerang status, and we truly appreciate that, man.
To this day. To this day.
Sing along if you know the words. Come on.
Boomerang Coyote in the UK. Drive by. Let's go.
Yo, yeah, just give me my full boomerang now, so I'm just gonna get it.
Damn, champ, get off that horrible, like, that's not even speakerphone. It's like you're talking into your computer.
I got my Bluetooth headset, man. My Bose, the one I always use.
That
Can you not hear me?
That's not Bose, bruh. That's more like a dose of garbage.
You know what? Bring me back in a minute or two, yeah?
All right, keeping these lines moving. We're going out to Seattle, Washington. Actually, sorry, Seattle. Let me make sure. Yep, we got Chicago. Steve Ringer, talk to me.
Yeah, hey, what's up, Ness? Yeah, he absolutely has a chance to win. You guys touched on it, but this notion that he can't box and that, hey, come on, man, you don't make the U.S. Olympic team. You don't become 42-0 as a pro being a one-trick pony. He absolutely can box. He's got to make a little changes. You know, Fury's a little different of an animal. But, yeah, absolutely, man. But Wilder can box. If you know boxing and you've been in a boxing gym and you've seen Wilder, he could box. This bullshit about he can't box and all he has is one punch.
Listen. This is what you got to understand, though. It's relative to who he's fighting. Could he look like fucking Sweet Pea against Charlie Z? Yeah, absolutely. But this is the highest level. And honestly, amateurs and professionals, they're two different sports. It's like baseball and cricket. Look, he does have boxing skill. Anybody who makes it to this level has boxing skill. That's like the most basic thing to say. But does he have the kind of boxing skill that makes him the number? Does he have the kind of boxing skill that you associate and correlate with the number 1 to number 10 best fighters in a specific division? No, I'm sorry, he's lacking. He's not a one-trick pony.
But all he's got to do,
he has an incredible trick.
All he's got to do is beat Fury, and he's forced into that conversation.
Sure, of course. And if he gets there, more credit to him because he did it with a very unique style and his own personal touch in boxing. He didn't do it as a master craftsman. I think he'd agree with me too.
Pro boxer Marlon So Icy Sims, what's up, champ? How's that weight looking?
Oh man, it's all good. Yeah, everything's good, man. You know, we were 8 days from the fight right now, so I'm all ready. Yeah, he definitely have a chance. I'm putting my money on Wilder. And if anybody just don't think that he can get it done, then I don't think you really know too much about nothing. Yes, Tyson Fury is a superior boxer, but Deontay Wilder still got what it takes to, go in there and pull out the win. That's my call.
Marlon So Icy Sims, Google him, ladies and gentlemen. Fights 8 days from today. 130 pounds. Dude is massively big, okay? Let's follow this young man because with that size, he should be able to definitely do some damage in that division. Marlon, man, wish you the best of luck. 8 days and counting. We're going out to Michael, who probably is Aaron in the UK. I mean, in the Cali.
Yes. Really got to be with Mario. First of all, on the glove scandal, really quick.
you should want it investigated. If you're about fairness in sports, whether it's legitimate or not, you should want it to be investigated. There's already been a complaint filed with the Nevada Athletic Board Commission. So, to just dismiss it is crazy. So let's just say that's hanging over the fight now. Regardless, take the sample size. After the third round, when he got hit behind the ear, the whole fight changed. It was more what happened with that punch than it was Fury. Wilder won the second round. That was quite obvious. It was a competitive fight up to then. I like Wilder in the rematch. I think he blows Fury out. That's my call. Thanks, guys.
I agree, though. I do. I don't mind having it investigated so that it's just a bullshit blip in the radar. But, yeah, we'll see. I don't think that Wilder getting hurt in the third round is any more evidence of tampered gloves.
Yo, so I wish I was in Vegas. I hear that Fred Hawthorne from Barbershop Conversations is the one that filed the complaint, and he's actually being heard by the Nevada.
Yeah, you're right.
He's actually being heard by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. That's kind of.
They have to, though. They have to take any complaint, and they have to listen to it. They have to. They don't have to give him the. They don't have to give him the platform that they would give like a fighter who's like trying to come back to the sport or get re-licensed. They don't have to give him that platform, but they do have to listen to every complaint. So to me, that's not any indication of this being any more real. I could have filed a complaint. Anybody can file a complaint.
Yeah, no, but listen, it's not an indication of it being any more real, meaning like Fury really cheated, but it's getting the ball rolling.
Sure. Okay. I'll agree with
Bob
that.
Bennett, is it? From Vegas? That's his name?
Yep.
Pretty sure, or I could be wrong. I don't know. Listen, it means he's going to have to look into it. He's going to have to review video.
Good. I'm glad. Listen, if it comes back and
that's
he
pretty
cheated
powerful,
or they
though.
find something, it is. And
I'm
they came back and
inspired.
cheated,
I mean, like, wow, I didn't, I had no clue that I had no clue he could do that. Like, that's pretty dope. I respect that. Look, people may not. They might think he's delusional, but he's using the system. He's using the system. That's interesting to see what happens next, We'll see.
It's weird. It's weird in a country where the system's usually used against you. So that is cool. I'm not gonna lie. I like it, even though I don't agree with the.
It just shows you that you don't have to lay down, though. That you can can do something, for whatever you believe. If you believe that, then you believe that, and you can do something. So we'll see. We'll see what happens from there. Yeah. All right, call us. We got PSK UK.
Yo, can you hear me?
We hear you.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, Wilder can make some subtle changes to his fundamentals, such as working on his legs to create explosive power, when he's boxing off the back foot. He can learn to pivot away from the clinches, so he can make sort of changes. And then, obviously, with his defense, because he either holds it very high or very low, he doesn't have that mid-range defense, so to kind of cover his torso and his head at the same time. So he can make those sort of changes, but I still think Fury's the better boxer and will ultimately win the fight. In terms of all this glove stuff, it's ridiculous, really, in my opinion. But if something comes from it, it comes from it. But I think it's BS, in all honesty. I mean, the guy's now claiming that Wilder's been drugged as well, so that guy's credibility is going to go out the window.
Wait, what? He said the guy's claiming that Wilder was drugged? That's what he said?
That's what I thought he said. I didn't hear anything about that.
Me neither. I mean, look, I don't know. That one hit me left field. Let's see, who's next? Ricky Fresh, UK.
Can you hear me, brothers?
We hear you.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say congratulations and make sure you represent the UK and show the UK love when you go on serious, yeah? Because the UK is your biggest fan base and you know that for yourself. Secondly, the rematch, I can't feel it. I'm not feeling the hype behind the rematch. I know it's many months out, but we're not feeling the hype behind it. Like, no one really wants to see this, but I understand the rematch. I understand the whole business behind it. Yeah, sweet, go on. Wilder, he was going back on his lead foot. He was using his lead foot to go backwards. I don't know what can be taught between that period of time. This is like literally 3 months. AJ had 6 months. He had so much time to learn, and AJ had the fundamentals to do that. Right now, we can't say that my man is going to learn and
Cut it.
Star Steph.
Drive by.
Just listening.
All right, brother. We're going to Boomerang. J-Mac. Did we ever go to Seattle?
I don't think so.
All right, let me get to Seattle real quick, J-Mac. Hold on.
Mr. PBC, baby.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Seattle, Washington. Mr. PBC. Any day now. Unmute, champ. Probably just talking into your phone.
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can now.
Yeah, sorry, I was in a safety meeting. Like I said before, anything can happen when someone works the best, training the hardest, and improves the small things that need to be fixed, like maybe moving your camp, to Las Vegas instead of Alabama. With the glove shit, shit's real, man. Tyson Fury might have created a new sport. Still have gloves on, but bare knuckle. That's my call.
All right.
Real quick, I found this guy that he was talking about, but I don't think this is the guy that sent in the thing to the Vegas, the petition, or the complaint. But this guy's crazy. Like, don't bring this guy's shit on the show because this guy's clearly nuts. Like, he's talking about conspiracies.
Well, you're the one bringing him up. I don't even know who
I'm sorry, you're right.
About.
You're absolutely right. When he said it, it freaked me out because I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, I thought I saw all the idiots on Twitter, but I guess not. Yeah, I definitely miss this guy. I guess I got to get on Snap.
I don't even know who's that guy, but that's cool.
I don't even. I'm not gonna say his name or anything.
Osiris Boxing Boomerang. What up?
Drive by.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, quick one. Do I think Wilder can improve or has a chance? Yes, I think he's got a chance. The question really is he willing to? Right? Wilder is on record saying a lot of times that skills don't pay the bills. It's just one punch. All he needs is one punch, and that's it. Second point I want to make, I think Mark Brilliant is on record saying that he has been trying to teach him something, but your man doesn't listen. That's my goal.
All right, Osiris Boxing. Thank you for your support, being a Boomerang. We got Stunner, New Jersey.
What's up, Mario?
What up?
Yo, so
what up?
What up? So I haven't been calling in. I've been in the lab doing a lot of research, wanting to get all my points thorough and across. So as far as the gloves, only thing I'll say about the gloves is if you do research on YouTube, you'll see that the Tyson Fury floppy glove video, the original one, was actually posted on YouTube several months ago. It wasn't just Young Ferrell who put it together. So there was, I didn't catch any steam before, but there was somebody who already felt something about the gloves. But besides that, going into the third fight, I do believe Wilder is going to win and has a very good shot to win because, one, when you look at the way that the officiating was for the second fight, I feel like it was very bad. I feel like, Kenny...
Cut it.
Coyote Boomerang. Actually, first call, right? You had a bad mic. See how you sound now. Coyote. Just listening at the moment. There you go.
Yo,
What
yo.
up? What up?
Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Clock's ticking, champ.
All right. Listen, I don't know if you guys have seen the interview with Paulie Manlagi when he was talking about Wilder and that he has too many yes men in his corner. And I've said it before on this show.
Coyote, looks like internet got you or me.
To lose to Fury in the third fight. Plus the fact that he doesn't actually have any physical advantages over Fury that can help him. And realistically, the only way he can win is to do what he accused AJ of doing, which is to run. So let's see if he actually does that. If he does that, then he'll be a hypocrite as well. But yeah, that's my call.
All right, J Mac, Boomerang.
Yo, yeah, and as far as the glove thing, I'm not certain that he cheated. I just think it should be looked at too because it did look a little suspicious. That's all I'm saying. And shout out to PSK, a very real knowledgeable dude. Between me and PSK, I think we came down with a great fight plan for Wilder, and I wish there was a way for us to get it to him. Shout out to PSK. All right, take it easy.
I mean, the way to get it is live on the show. You know my champ listens, man. We got everybody. Trey in the Bay with the Boomerang. Trey in the Bay with the Boomerang.
Yeah, Coyote. I know what YouTube channel you listen to it regurgitating, homie. You sound silly as fuck. Y'all have a good. Hey, Nez, how do I find that Sirius XM? If I don't have Sirius XM, is that the only place I can find it?
I don't know, but I'm gonna bring Doomy with me so we can record it and bring it up on YouTube. You know what I mean? Just to keep building that resume, man. I'm getting my profile up, Eddie. But yeah,
all right, good luck.
Thank you for wanting to support, man. If anybody has Sirius or you got a friend, whatever, I don't even know if it's free, to be honest with you.
No, it's not. And you know that sucks is the last time I remember you on Sirius, they had a call in where you could listen. And I've been looking for Akin Baraks, but I can't find it. I mean, I have
on Twitter. There should be a phone number to call in. Honestly.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Because I was looking for it on their thing, and it's channel 156. In case you have Sirius, I have Sirius, but it's only the car one. I'm cheap, so
damn, they make you pay for different.
Yeah, to have on the internet too. Yeah, that's so crazy. I mean, I don't mind. I'll chill in the car. I like driving. I don't mind.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, if I got Sirius the service, why does it stuck to the car and not to any Sirius device? Like, that makes no sense. Imagine iTunes telling you, no, you bought iTunes on your phone, you can't use it on your laptop. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's so corny. They're corny. That's not cool. But this is why I want to remain on YouTube. Just need the proper funding to get me and my co-hosts all in the same studio so we can have Deontay Wilder on the couch letting us know the new game plan for Fury 3. We got some super chats to get to. King Nello, one of our past Border Wars fighters, sends a big super chat, and he has a little sticker emoji of a fox saying good luck. So I guess he's sending good luck to me on SiriusXM or to Wilder in the
I think
fight.
That's for you, homie.
All right, and I think we got to everything else and all boomerangs. Looks like we got a few other callers jumping in. Stonebone, Colorado. What up, Stonebone Boxing? Good morning. Stonebone Boxing. Is he not there? Where'd he go? Yeah, he's there. Stonebone, you busy? All right, we're going to just seeing someone else jump in. Big Nick in the UK, what up?
Yo, what's up, Nez? Just want to say a quick congratulations on your Sirius FM slot. I'm going to try and find a way to tune into it. Second thing I'll also say is, like, to all the Wilder fanboys, like, it's getting ridiculous now. Just take your L, move on, stop crying. Look forward to the rematch and put all your energy and focus into the rematch. Do you know what I mean? Put your big boy pants on, stop crying. And also for Mario, could you do me a favor and could you give me a technical breakdown of what Wilder did well to survive between rounds 4 and 7? Because I just want to kind of see what you were seeing in that thingy. So when you get a chance, if you could just like let us know on the next show. And yeah, that's my call, bro.
I'll do it for you in 10 seconds. Listen, that man got hurt in the 3rd round, okay? That man was hurt. He was done. every human being in the world, not named Wilder, is done. That man held at the right points. That man smothered at the right points. That man locked down the right hand, which a lot of fighters that know how to hold and how to clinch don't know how to do. Okay, he created distance when he needed to create distance to spin Fury around. Look how many times he got out of the corner. He used ring generalship in such a high level way. And I don't think you're like talking shit. I think you were generally asking me. So if I'm getting emotional or anything or sound like I'm not, I'm just it's so crazy to me, like that kind of level of talent to be that hurt and to resort, because you got to understand what he was doing in that moment. That was not him thinking, oh, I need to smother the right hand. Oh, I need to get out of this corner. Oh, I need to, to get room on him or distance or whatever. Or I need to bring him in closer. That was all instinct. That man just fucking reacted like you would seeing a car coming towards you on the freeway. He just reacted defensively. And it might not have been boxing prowess in the offensive side of it or Lomachenko-esque, but that's still high-level boxing. I promise you, interview 1,000, 1,000,000 people on the streets, and you ask them what happens if you're hurt in the ring, and they wouldn't fucking know a thing to do. So that is high-level boxing. I'm sorry. I went longer than 10 seconds. I'm sorry.
Stone Bone, you ready?
Just listening.
All right, we're going out to...
Riding in the form with a foreign Forgianos on my feet, and the paint look wet. Every corner that we been, there's another broke neck. Rolling through the city, swag game on full flex. I know you see me.
Intrigue, what it do?
What up, Ness? Yeah, I was just wishing you, man, good success on the serious interview this morning, man. I'm gonna check you out.
Appreciate it. Brother, I just literally am opening up that slot for you, so please jump on it now before it's someone else takes your opportunity, all right? So I'm literally just opened it and saved it as we speak, so act fast.
That's what's up.
All right. Intrigue in Atlanta, thank you for calling in. We're going out to Osiris Boxing on the Boomerang.
Just listening, champ.
All right. So let me see who is next. Brandon in Cincinnati, what up? Good morning.
What's going on, Ness? I just want to say congratulations on your...
Uh-oh. See, I'm telling you, it's got to be the internet. Brandon,
can you hear me, Ness?
Yeah, try it again, brother. I'm sorry. It looks like we're suffering a little bit of internet issues.
Oh, yeah, I was just saying congratulations on your serious slot today. Just don't go Hollywood on, man. This is how it starts. One day filling in, next thing you know, you kicking us TVV guys to the curb for the Odd Barack and Ness show. So man, just don't make this shit permanent, brother. But that's my call.
Nah, man, not even. I'm telling y'all, I want to be here. If anything, that's only exposure and for doors to open up, man. But
real quick, I found the number. Want to give it to everybody. This is the number you can call in, so you could you'll be able to listen to the show, I'm sure. But they'll also take your call if you want. A producer will come on and they'll say, okay, what's your name? Where are you from? And then they'll bring you on later. The number is 877-FIGHT-93. Okay. 877-FIGHT-93. Please blow up the phone lines. Please ask for Ness. Please mention,
you ain't gotta ask. You ain't gotta ask for me because it's gonna look weird.
Yeah,
but just definitely tune in.
Just tune in. Yeah, call in. But we flood the lines and we watch. They're gonna notice a spike. So
yeah, look, after your very knowledgeable boxing call, you can obviously say, shout out to the Boxing Voice, or shout out to Ness, I'm tuning in because I heard he was going to be on the show. Something like that is all good because look, it's always a good thing for them to know that you brought people. So yeah. Someone is asking, how do you listen to Sirius XM in the UK? I don't know.
Yeah,
Don't know, but I mean, like I said, I'm bringing Alexander with us, and I'm hoping that he makes it, and we can record it and upload it to YouTube, just so you guys can see. I wanna send more than 4 shout outs, but I really don't have all the names. Let me try here. I know on my mobile phone I usually can get a list of the names. Yes. All right. So I want to shout out Pitbull, most recent Patreon, Stone Bone Boxing. Shout out Stone Bone, James, and then Sterling, Serpent Media, Trey. We already been shouting you out. Thank you so much. Tony Bruv must be from the UK. Feezy G. Southside Deucey back. Raphael back. What up? Landlord 713. Thank you. Will, Hugo, Jonathan, Cruise Control, Ian G Mart, Steven, Osiris Boxing, and shout out to Dominic who's back in Seattle on the Patreon gang. Pastor J, Jesse, Joshua, On the Ropes Boxing. Chris Vega, the Border Wars participant, and John Vargas, man, we appreciate you. Remember, your patron is going to make sure that Mario and Mike do not have to look for some part-time job, do not have to worry about their bills being paid because they're getting a great salary with TBV, and your little $3 a month, whatever it is that you choose to give donation, ensures that they stay here and that you receive this boxing entertainment 7 days a week, multiple times a day, with a bunch of guests. Right now on Patreon, you can ask Teofimo Lopez a question. I didn't go and put that at no $5 or $10, $3 mark. You can ask welterweight Thulani Minj a question, and you can ask heavyweight Jeremiah Milton a question. Do your research. Find out who these guys are. What are they up to? Because we're going to have them on the show tonight at 7 p.m. all the way through 10 p.m. We're going to be doing a 3-hour preview and prediction show, previewing everything that goes down this weekend in terms of fights, plus whatever news and notes and headlines. Shout outs and prayers again to Mike, who was in surgery. I have not heard from him, but I'm hoping he's all right. Sent messages, just waiting, hoping the recovery and the surgery goes well. Hopefully he could be on later on tonight. But yeah, man, I want to thank everybody that tuned in. Looks like we got to all boomerangers and stuff. I'm going to do one more quick pass over here. Yeah, man. Any final thoughts from you, Mario?
Yeah, I can't wait for the fight to get closer. I can't wait for us to, do a breakdown, and it's going to be fun. If you're not excited, then, check your pulse. But I understand if you would rather have something else, but no matter what, these guys are going to continue to give us a great fight. This is Pacquiao Marquez level of combustion. Styles make fights, the oldest saying in the book. And whether you think Fury should move on or whether you think Wilder should step aside, you can still enjoy a great fight and be excited for that. So that's definitely what I'm excited for come July.
I think people are lying with that whole I'm not excited because...
You think so?
I mean, because think about it. If you're a Fury fan, then you're just extra confident he's going to bust up Wilder. So, as the fight gets closer, that's going to be your thing. Like, man, I ain't even want this fight. I hope Tyson whoops his ass like the second fight. You know what I mean? Proves that he didn't have to do this. So the excitement and the back and forth between fandoms, I think, is going to rebuild soon.
For sure. As it gets closer. But yeah, man, good luck today. I'll definitely be listening. I'll definitely be calling in. And at Mario Munguia on Twitter, baby.
Yes, sir. Let me do a quick refresh here. Make sure we ain't missing any super chats before we head up out of here. But once again, want to thank everybody that is a Patreon, everybody that sent any super chats. ensuring that we remain here 7 days a week, man, bringing you that boxing talk. We really want to get back to the immediate reaction shows and even the untitled shows on Patreon. It's looking like Joseph, Big Supermax, is going to start to be available on Mondays, and Mario is definitely making himself available. Looks like we got one super chat sliding in, but not the floppy gloves. Yeah, man, you know.
Well, because Wilder brought that up, so
yeah,
you know.
I mean, if Wilder says the gloves verbally, maybe all the major outlets pick it up. But I'm sure they're gonna pick it up. I'm sure they're gonna pick it up in the same manner they picked up the suit, though. You know, in a laughing manner. The way that they write the article would be like, oh my God, and listen to what he said this time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But anyway, Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. We definitely gonna have a next one. When I get back from SiriusXM, which is, I guess today is, it's Thursday. Shit. So yeah, we're back at 7. Yeah, we're back at 7. Definitely got some good news at 7. Great headline. Catch us on that show. Peace. Peace.